Alrighty, hello and welcome back to the steamer. The episode number I can't remember what number it is. Um, I am your host, Sierra, aka Dumpy Dumpling Dump Truck, whatever you want to call me, and we're back at it again today. Now, you might have noticed I by the way, I have like a snack here. You might have noticed that I haven't been doing much on like when it comes to podcasts or streaming and stuff. And it's definitely not that like I haven't wanted to. It's more of a I don't have like the mm, I don't know. I just haven't had it in me, and I don't know what I'm. We'll get into it. Like today, I'm just gonna make it a mental health check. I don't really have a anything in particular to talk about. Maybe I'll think of something, but um, I feel like we should just check in. Um, and you can let me know how you're doing too. I feel like that's important. Uh, I intended to have many more episodes before now, but every once in a while, I think it'll be good to do like something like this to just check in and see how things are going, how the things be doing. Um, yeah, I'm tired. I and also I'm kind of at a point where it's like, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Like, Uh, I don't know how to explain it, really. It's more of like, if you know, you know, and if you don't, you're probably not going to. And unless you ever get to this point, but I'm just kind of really mad at myself. I got my hair done, so it looks really raggedy right now because I just brushed it out, so it's all fluffy. But she did a great job. I really love it. That was like a really nice thing. A nice birthday gift. I appreciate it. So that's been really nice, but I don't know. I'm so mad at myself, like, for even existing right now, because I've just been talking, to family and friends and stuff, and I feel like everyone's just doing a bit more than I am, and not in a hard work, like work ethic kind of way. It's more of just like a doing things for yourself to like sustain a livable area, like a good healthy living environment as far as like my house or or something like that, because I am just doing a terrible job at like keeping track of anything. More so like I don't know, I can't like keep my dishes clean. Like it is always to the point where I either do my dishes and tell me if you agree with me here. I do my dishes, right? But I do them all at once and I wait till they get so unfathomably overwhelming that I just can't stand it anymore. And then I'll do all of them and then it'll be clean and I'll get everything done and then that's it. And then I won't do them again until it piles up again. Like I can't just like maintain that mm, how would I say it? Like just maintain a normal routine. Routines are very difficult for me to start and they're also very difficult for me to stop. So Um, if I happen to get lucky enough to create a routine, like I'm in it. I'm going. But it's just so hard to make one. So if anybody has any tips for that, let me know. But I don't know. I'm so mad at myself because the whole thing about you can't compare yourself to other people or coworkers or people that are in the same field as you, right? Like in my case, there would be other streamers and stuff, which is really difficult because everyone's doing something different. There's people doing gaming, there's people doing only gaming, only music, only variety content. And then there's the people that do a little bit of everything, kind of like, and I kind of fall into that category. But except I primarily, I think, profit off of music. That's where my money comes from. Um, And I'm just so mad at myself. I so badly want to do gaming streams or just chatting and just sit and talk and hang out and like be cool with the chat. Like we're just here, we're all chilling, we all support each other, like that's how it is. And I don't know. I just want too much. That might be what it is. Like maybe that's just not a realistic thing for me because I think that there are always these select few, right? There's always exceptions to the rule. There are people that support me that'll watch me do literally anything. They'll watch me, slap a pancake for 3 hours. But um and I appreciate them. But, you know, if I want to grow, if I want to be successful, I also have to be able to bring in new community members, new followers, new subscribers, new all this stuff, right? Because moving up is gaining some like mass, not necessarily size, like quantity isn't always the case. A lot of times it's more so quality. Like it makes the world of a difference. Like you can have 1,500 people in your chat at one time. And I'm talking specifically about streaming right now, but and if you've tried streaming, you'll know what I'm talking about. You could have 1,500 people in your chat, 1,500 people, and only two people will be talking, right? And you'll still be nervous, right? And you'll care, you'll be like, God, I guess I just need to get more viewers so the chat's more active or something like that. And then you can go to another channel and there'll be something with like someone with like 20, 30 people, right? And their chat is off the walls. Their interaction is peak. It is so good. It is so strong. Everyone's there like for a reasonable amount of time. They're all active and that's nothing against lurkers too. This is like that's not what this pertains to, but um they have the interaction and everything and I still like I know what's causing that, right? Like those big streamers start doing collaborations with other streamers and then they just stop reading the chat. Like I see it happen all the time. Like I watch a lot of VTubers too, and I think that VTubers, depending on how they decide to do things, just interact a lot less sometimes. Uh but you know, it's so frustrating. Like my whole life I have got this is gonna be a me complaining episode. I feel like this is what this is. But I feel like I need somewhere to put it. Yeah. Um the I just wanted like I started Twitch as we talked about this on the first episode as like an outlet for me. I love gaming. I love playing games. I love hanging out. I love performing. Like this is a performative type career, right? And I love doing all those things and it's so much fun to me and it's very fulfilling and I I like the feedback that I get and all that stuff, right? So I started it to do that so that I could just do everything, right? Like instead of having to pick something, I'll just pick a career that I don't have to pick, right? Because that's easier. Like for me, I am terrible at decision making. I'm so bad at it, and I know that that's one of my big weaknesses. And sure there are times where I know exactly what I want, and like that's, you know, that's something. But uh, if you're in audio only right now, Mish just jump attacked the Christmas tree, and he's going up now. But yeah, every other time it's like, God, I don't wanna just stick to one thing. What if I get burnt out? What if I don't wanna do it anymore? What if I end up not liking it? What if it doesn't turn out to be what I thought it was? And whatever. And it's like, technically, you have time to figure all of that out, right? There is time, but in my mind, it's like, I don't wanna waste anything. Like, I could all these years that I'm spending doing this, like, what if I ends up I just do something completely different and I wasted all this time? And it's like, well, it's not a waste. It's not a waste, but I feel like I feel like I'm not learning anything right now, and I feel like that's bad. I'm not learning how to be a better streamer, how to be all this stuff. And that's not to say that I don't notice things and pick up on them. Like, sure, consistency is the number one thing, right? People will forget about you, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's just the way it is. Out of sight, out of mind. If you don't say have a going live notification every day or a post every day or something like this, right? People are just gonna you're gonna slip their mind, and it's nothing personal. Like it can be your most favorite person in the world, but like more stuff comes up in life, you know. Things come up, new people grow and become the centers of attention, and that's just the way it is. But I think just having no real direction is what's making this the worst for me right now, because I get on and I'm like, okay, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, I should probably prioritize music, right? Because that's when more people are on. Since this is my job, right? I have to make money on it. I should probably do those on the days when I'm most busy or whatever, so that I can pay my rent and all this stuff, right? Um, and then the other days I'm like, well, I might as well do gaming or something. And I think I just need to come to terms with the fact that I don't think people like watching me game. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I really I really do my best to be entertaining, to talk the whole time, no matter what I'm doing, even if I'm in a group thing, like to keep chat there somehow. And I know that there's other factors like the times that I'm streaming or what I'm playing or something that has a lot to do with it too, but like I feel like even when I feel like I'm on, when I'm playing the game well, and I also like I look good, I feel like I'm being entertaining. Like sometimes it just flops. Things just flop. That is a hard thing to come to terms with. And I don't know, like right now I'm kind of sitting at the point where it's like, well, today is Thursday. Like I'm recording this on Thursday, right? And I'm like, well, first of all, like could not fucking get out of bed. I was so exhausted, so tired, like from doing nothing, mind you, of just like working on commissions and drawing and everything. I'm not like expending a lot of physical energy, like maybe some emotional type stuff, but I'm like really not doing anything worthy of noting, I feel like. And I was like, damn, I need to stream tonight, but it's Thursday. It's gonna be quiet. I wanted to play a game, but I'm like, well, I might as well do the podcast instead. I like at the end of the day, you know, this might do better for me instead. But I mean, I also really just wanted to come on and sit and talk with all of you because I'm at such a crossroads. So part of me is so stubborn and so relentless. Like in my mind, I really want nothing more to be than to be just 100% stubborn my whole entire life, my whole entire being, everything, right? Just be stubborn and um whatever. But also, I can't. Like at a certain point, I'm not going to be able to just get by and like be able to ignore the things that I'm doing that are keeping me from being successful. I don't want to just be a music streamer. That's what I was going to earlier. Like it seems like no matter what I've been doing, whether it was paying for my college and doing gigs, like that's why I started gigs was to pay for my college. Um whether it was that or whatever, it's like I have been told so many like time and time again, well, you could just sing for 3 hours and make more than I make in 4 days, and I've heard it from everyone at this point, from family, from friends, and I understand. I get that mindset. But then it's like it's not my thing anymore. It's not something that I enjoy. It's not my hobby. Like, and don't get me wrong, the music streams that I'm doing, like if I'm doing a music stream, it's because I wanted to do a music stream. But like I will just not do it if I don't want to. But you know, it when it's been pushed at you your whole life, like people like, well, this is something you're good at. This is something you're good at, right? You don't even have to try. Why don't you just do that for your whole life for this many years? Do it all of the years of your life. Spend your entire time doing the same thing. And that's not to say, you know, there's no progression or growth or change or, you know, movement in a musical career, right? That's not to say that at all. There definitely is. It doesn't have to be the same thing, right? But fuck, I just wanted this to be the one thing that I don't have to rely on that. And I've made it that point again. I'm inconsistent enough that like I can't pull off anything else. And I'm so mad at myself. That's why I'm mad at myself because like I want more than anything to make this fun and I want it to be a career and I want to have a fun, joking, like unserious but high quality place where people can just come and whatever they're doing in their day, if they're working at their job, if they are driving or traveling somewhere like in the car or if they are um I don't just anything. Like, on a trip, are they if they're hanging out with their friends or whatever, like, it's something that could just be on and it could just be, like, a safe comfort thing, right? But I don't go live. And I do, like, I don't know. I feel like I have to stream during the day, but the daytime doesn't feel safe to me because they can see the light. I've done everything I can to block out light from this room because I need darkness. I need quiet, absence of life. A wait, not like that. Like, absence of light and ambiance, and I need color and creativity, like, all of those things to feel like I'm producing something that's cool and again, studio quality, like, if there needs to be light in this room, it needs to come from a studio light or something, like, I grew up uh, doing music stuff on TV, doing stuff, for y like, you can it's out there. Like I have done stuff for TV. I've worked with people who have worked in all kinds of different like entertainment industries. And so in my mind, I cannot enter that creative state until my environment reflects that creative state. Right? So I need the high. I need things to look good, right? That doesn't have to. That's not to say like I won't do a phone I don't care about doing, IRL streams or anything. That's awesome. I love that stuff. I think it's so fun. But at the end of the day, like, I wanna sit down, I want there to be a fire in the back. Well, not necessarily a fire, whatever, but lights and ambiance, like, that's a lot of the reason I haven't taken the Christmas trees down because I frankly don't have anything to fill those spaces that is beautiful and entertaining and brings some kind of life to the stream, right? If I turn those off, it looks completely different. We'll test it out one day, but at the end of the day, for me to feel like I am producing something that is worth watching, because it doesn't matter how many people like this is the time and time again, people are like, "But you're doing so well. You're at your peak. You have 100 viewers. You have 150 viewers, right? You're doing so well and it sounds great." And I'm like, "But like it has to matter to me." That's the problem. Right now, I don't matter to me. So I can't put out anything worth watching, worth listening to. This pertains to music as well. People ask me, "Please release music, please." Like, "I want to listen to you. Like, I want to support you," and I love that. I love that so much. I want you to love anything that I produce. Okay, I want it to be good and have some kind of meaning, but I'm not ready yet, and that's what I with the whole music production thing. That's where that's coming from. I'm not ready for that yet. You may be, but I'm not. But with streaming, it's just like, I and there's not really a whole like if you look at this room here, and sorry, audio only, I'm gonna pan to my room. Things look pretty good. I've done well, right? I switched rooms so that I could have like more space to do stuff like VR and like floor pan or floor burgers or whatever, like just random things. And I love it. I love this space so much more. I'm more comfortable in it. There's more dimension and depth and space to put up posters or put up whatever. Um, but I'm missing the one element that makes a good streamer, and that's going live. Like you can't be a streamer without streaming. So I don't know. I don't know what else like I'm waiting on. I know I procrastinate really bad, and I know that also subconsciously sometimes I punish myself. A lot of the times I punish myself just for being stagnant or that's like I was talking about previously in another episode, like stagnancy and being unchanging and unmoving and um, you know, no metamorphosis. I feel like I'm in a metamorphosis state because something has to change. Something has to change. I've done it all to try and make myself more comfortable. I have looked at myself first, and then I looked at my environment, right? I tried to fix I mean, I can't really fix myself, I guess, but I tried to do what I could to at least get myself to a point where I was fine being on camera in any state, like which I am. I don't have to have makeup. I don't have to do anything to go live, right? It doesn't bother me. I like doing it because I enjoy makeup and it feels very expressive and cathartic for me. But and I like the way I look with it on. I think it's fun. Whatever. Um, but I addressed myself first. And I was like, okay, well, the problem is clearly me, but I'm gonna go every other route I need to first before addressing myself again, right? So I went to me and I was like, okay, well, I fixed a few things. I went into like a few things with myself and I was like, well, okay. And then I was like, okay, let me look at my environment. I changed my environment. I'm not in the cramped small area anymore. Like I actually have a bedroom to sleep in now. Like that's nice. So I was like, okay. Okay. Now let's look at the other parts of the environment. Let me look at stream. So I redid stream. I rebranded. I came up with a podcast. I really love this. I think this is fun. I'm very proud of this. Like made a logo. It's real cute, simple but to the point. And and then I was like, okay, well let me look at chat. Like, is there people in chat that are making me uncomfortable? I was like, not really. Like, picked out a few bad apples. Uh, but um, you know, I did what I could to get things feeling like they were in a good state to at least progress. And I think the problem is that I always like the look of a finished product. Like I don't even if I say I don't mind it, I think that I like subconsciously don't particularly like people seeing unfinished work because in my mind, a lot of people can't see potential or see how things are going to be in the end. So like I don't show people a lot of the music that I'm working on or whatever because so many times I'll show this is the most frustrating thing. I'll show someone a song that I'm working on and they'll be like, "Oh, you should add this or you should add this." And I know it's like all in good fun and it's not meant to be like this, right? But it's always you should do this, you should do this and this and this and why did you do that? That sounds weird and everything. And I'm like, it's raw. It's raw. It's undone. Okay. It was an idea. And every time and I'm stupid for doing that. I just stopped doing it and I'm so happy that I did. But like pushing ideas to people in the form of songs where it's like a rough sketch basically the what I'm talking about is the equivalent of like drawing a stick figure on a piece of paper, right? And handing it to someone and be like, "Here's the vision," right? And they're like, "I don't see it," right? And then it turns into the Mona Lisa or something. Not to say that like my music is like that, but you get the point, right? I give them a stick person vision of what I think it could turn into, and they're like, "Well, it's kind of shit. I don't like it." And I'm like, and I always make the mistake of asking people I respect too. So then the opinion actually matters to me. And it's not their fault. Like it's not their fault for not seeing my weird vision. It's just the way it is. But anyways, circling back. I know that doing something like taking time off or whatever is not going to be beneficial to me in the way that I want it to, right? A lot of times when people reach this point of burnout, because that's what it is for sure. Um, when people reach this point, I think they're like, I'm gonna take a month off and I'll be back and I'll be good. And they are. They take a month off, they come back, they're on fire. They're like, damn, I missed this. I'm so happy to be back. Um, I had time to think and process, and this is what I want to do, and this is where I feel like I'm meant to be, right? This is my fate. And I don't think that's gonna work for me. How do I know this? Because I tried it once. I took a month off like my first year streaming, which also big mistake. That was so stupid. I should have just pushed through it and then addressed it later, which also might not be true, but took a month off, came back. It was right before, this is why I don't like birthday streams. I came back, did my birthday stream. First stream back, there was 3 people there. Nobody remembered that I existed. Uh uh understandably, I understand why nobody clicked on the notification cuz like who the hell is that? You know. Um and it was awful. It was the worst stream I've ever had. I ended up getting like hate rated or something and I've definitely gone through my share of little bumps, big bumps and all that stuff. So it's not things like that that are deterring me. It's also not a fear of failure. Yeah, I don't mind failing. I think it's just a chance to revamp and try again. And I see that a lot with music. I think I've just kind of pushed past the, well, what if it doesn't work? Because obviously, like, there will be somebody here, somebody will show up. If not any like random people, it'll be at least my parents will show up or my close friends, right? So I don't have to worry about that. That's not something that bothers me. Um, More so, I think what it is that I don't want my vision to mm, I don't want to be stuck. I don't want to feel stuck. I don't want to kind of do something like if you look at creators like Ninja or whatever, like get big doing one thing only, and then when that thing passes, they do as well. They become irrelevant or whatever, like whatever, right? Um, I just don't want to get stuck. I want to have the freedom to do cooking streams. Like I am working on trying to get a setup for a cooking stream because I think that would be really really fun. I love cooking. I love food. Y'all seen time and time again. I love food. Um and I think that would be really fun to share with y'all. But I think that stagnancy is my worst enemy. Being stuck somewhere, being unable to move. Like I also haven't had a car for like a month and a half. Like my car's been in the shop. I'm supposed still not supposed to get it until May 17th, which is crazy. So I'm sure that could be contributing to a lot of this kind of cooped up, unproductive, uncreative, unfruitful, useless feeling that I keep fucking drowning in. Like I just I'm so mad at myself. I don't know. And then like it'll get later into the night 2, 3 a.m. and I'm like, "Man, I could stream right now. I feel good." Like I've had time to get over it. I've played something and. So, mm, I don't know what to do. I think I honestly just need to really work on light proofing this room and then waking up earlier and doing day streams. I wanted to keep doing late stuff because I love my late viewers. I love you guys. Like, um everyone that is all of my foreign viewers are later and I actually have a high percentage compared to like normal American streamers of foreign viewers because I stream so late, right? We have like a lot of Australians. We have Stoner and like all these people that come in from different countries and like Andrew and everyone, people that support us all the time that aren't even in the same country as me. That's crazy. Um but I don't know. I don't want to I mean, if I started in the morning, those people would still be able to watch anyway. It would be like evening for them. But um I've got to do something different. I have to find a way to regulate all of the stupid stuff that's going on in my brain cuz it's making me like unsuccessful. Which is crazy, but like it's not fun. It's not cool to like have any of this stuff. I know that's like a thing everyone's like, huh, I'm too unstable, whatever. And I'm like, that's crazy. That's why. And sure, like more people are talking about it now and it's more socially accepted, which is great. I'm so happy. Like I'm a freak and I don't need any more like chastising on top of that. So I can't even imagine, having to deal with this 10, 15 years ago when it was like, yeah, give her the grippy sock vacation. You know what I'm saying? Which I probably need anyways, but um I don't know. Maybe I'm comfortable in failure. I don't think so. We'll see. Anyways, that is my theory. Uh, and y'all can let me know what you think about it. Please, actually, I'm very interested to hear what y'all have to say in the comments. Like, if you're also going through burnout, whether it's with your job or like spent trying to make friends or spending time with your family or something like that, like you can get burned out from pretty much fucking anything. You can get burned out from sleeping, dude. I don't know about that one for sure, but don't quote me, but you probably could. Like, so let me know what you think, dude. And there's I'm sure there's somebody who's like, "You're just trying too hard. You're doing too much. You know, maybe it's just not meant for you." And it's like, "No, I think when I'm doing a good job, I do well. When I am consistent, when I am streaming, I do enjoy it and I do well. The problem is that when I am having these I don't know if they're episodes, like I don't know what you would call it because I'm not like I don't know, diagnosed or whatever, but like I think that when I have these, I guess they are episodes or just waves of extreme instability emotionally, mentally, like my mental fortitude for most things is a steel wall that is backed up by cement on both sides. It is strong, it is tough. I could go and do most things and not be embarrassed and not care about what other people think, right? Doesn't matter to me. Especially now that I'm in a place where I don't know anyone. I don't care. I went to the mall the other day wearing these elf ears and I didn't give a fuck and I looked cool and the right people said complimented and said nice things to me. And you know what? I attracted the people that I wanted to be friends with. That's how it was, okay? Um but then the goblins come in and it's like and then it's like and it's not more of like again I don't start worrying about what people think. That's never really the one that creeps in. It's more of like you're not doing enough, you're not working hard enough, you're not doing enough streams, you're not streaming for long enough each time you do stream, you're not doing fun enough content, you're not talking enough during the stream, you're being boring, you're playing too many games, you're not doing enough music streams, right? If I calculate it out, I think that I have to make more than $50 a day, dude, to make rent. Like the median rent is so high in this country. In the United States of America, I have to be making like what is it, 70K a year at the bottom of that scale. I have to be making 70K a year to live comfortably. That is to have enough groceries, easily pay my rent, electric, water, sewer, trash. What's the other one? Internet. Comfortably pay all of those bad boys off, not even blink, right? And then also occasionally, if I wanted to buy a Fortnite skin, I'm not gonna blink at $15, right? I'll be like, ooh, should I? And I'll be like, nah, probably not, but I will anyways, because I know that I'm not gonna be destitute and like starving for food next month. Okay? $70,000. $70,000 a year. How am I supposed like I and people that are even making that much are still living check to check, paycheck to paycheck. Do you see why we're like all stuck? I mean, don't let this be your like doomsday stream or whatever or podcast, like right. But let me go ahead and validate some of the anxiety that you have because I think people are like, it's not as bad as it really is. Sure it is, dude. Sure it is. And it's not anything that you should be embarrassed of like talking about or whatever. Like I've done that many times on stream. Like I'll tell y'all how much I made. I think it's important. Like the internet is full of fallacies and people wanting to act like they're doing really well and then literally, you know, eating a cup of rice and spreading it up over a few days. Like I don't know how else to explain it. Like the internet is full of that. That is what people are now. People just want to look like they're doing well, and they're okay with that. Looking like they're doing well and doing awfully. Like that's just okay now, and it's not with me. Like, I'm not gonna stand for that shit. I will tell y'all straight up, I'm doing terrible, but we're gonna get through it, okay? And it's not a big deal. We're gonna persevere because I'm stubborn. I'm stubborn. You know. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a really funny joke I almost made, but I don't think I can make that joke because I'll make it on Twitter at some point. Okay. I think it'll get censored. But anyways, um, you know, let me validate some of that because this shit sucks. It is rough out here. And I know a lot of y'all are going and working 8 hours a day, working 10 hours a day. If you're in the medical field, you're working 12-hour shifts. And you're probably not getting paid a near amount, any amount that you should be, right? But then look at it this way. Housing is crazy right now. Housing is so expensive to rent. And then if you want to say not have to pay as much a month, oh, I'll just buy a house then and then get a mortgage. And mortgage payments are usually significantly less than actual paying rent on a place, right? But then they're like, "Oh, have a down payment of 20% or whatever." And then on top of that, your credit's got to be a 900 or some shit. And then on top of that, they're like, "Oh, but wait, you don't have a rental history." And it's like, "Well, yeah, because I couldn't afford to live away from my parents' house until I was 22." They're like, "Well, that's not going to fly, but here you can sign up with put this house under somebody else's name, a guarantor or something like that, right? And then everything will be fine. But if you mess up somewhere, if you have a mistake or something like that, it's gonna also affect them. But if they do, it's also gonna affect you." And it's like, but everything's good. I've proven myself in every area that I possibly could. Like to get the place that I'm at now, I had to double my deposit because I didn't have a rental history. I didn't have anything. And I just was super lucky to be one of like probably almost 100 applicants just to get this place. That I'm probably gonna lose in like a month or so. Honestly, I think they're gonna raise the rent. I don't know. I haven't heard from them. I'm a little worried about it, but um, a lot worried about it, but that's okay. But it was crazy that I got this, and I was like, please, like, look, anything I can do, like, I'll get a cosigner if I need to. I will like double my down payment. They're like, you can just double your deposit or whatever, and I did. I paid like 3 months of rent all at one time just to get in here, and then paid prorated rent for the days that it took me to drive across the country to get here. Somebody's got to, and that somebody was me, you know? So, I don't know. And then I don't wanna even get into that. That's a whole nother can of worms. I was gonna tell you all about my streamer taxes, but I'll wait and I'll do that on an episode with another streamer that also had to pay taxes, and we'll see. Compare and contrast. See, test the waters, you know? Um, yeah. We'll see, man. I'm just I'm mad at myself. I'm mad at the world. I'm mad at the government. I'm mad at everyone. And it's not their fault. Sometimes it is, right? But I don't know. I have so much resentment for being alive. She's emo. Yeah. Well, I'll figure it out. We will figure it out together. I will turn into a beautiful butterfly with some little holes in my wings, and things will be all right. I just need to figure out what I need to do to really do well. And more than anything, for anybody who is listening even this far, I think I'm literally just complaining. I might not even upload this, to be honest. I don't think anybody wants to hear this, but for anybody who is this far and is listening, I cannot tell you how much it means to me to see people that still stick up for me and show up to my streams and listen to the podcast and request podcast episodes. Thank you. Thank you for showing me that you even liked it. I didn't even think this was going to be a thing people wanted to. I just wanted something like to scream into the void a little bit, you know. Shit, if you want to as well, start a podcast. Do it. Talk to nobody. Talk to everybody. Who cares, you know? Um, but I I I cannot say enough how much I am thankful that you are here. I'm very happy to share what little that I can with all of you, and um it means the world to me that anybody wants to stay and hang out and watch a stream, whatever, right? It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, contributions and money and all that shit doesn't matter, right? At the end of the day, like, if you support someone, if you care about someone as a creator or whatever, like, it's just showing up, watching the video if you can, or watching a stream for a little bit if you can, or watching a VOD, or commenting on something, or liking something, or like a thing that I like to do with all the creators that I watch on YouTube is like I'll turn off my ad blocker and I'll watch all the ads. That's a free bathroom break. That's a free snack break. And it helps them out, you know, they don't care. Uh it's just it's stuff like that that I never realized there was ways to like freely and generously support creators without spending a single dime. Until I started streaming and stuff. And I, to all of you who have been doing that for people, I can promise you they appreciate it. If they don't, they will eventually. Um, and I'm really, really thankful. I'm doing my best. I'm trying to push myself in a healthy way, and I'm not right now, but I'm trying to get to the point where I can wake up and stream all day. Not like unhealthy hours, but normal full-time streamer hours, right? And we can do music consistently and do gaming consistently and do art consistently and occasionally throwing cooking streams or whatever, like where we do it once every couple of weeks or something, you know. Um I want that so bad. I just need to figure out how to do it. And I don't even know if I do well with accountability. I'll just lie to somebody. They're like, "Hey, did you do this today?" And I'll be like, "I did do my workouts today. Can't you tell? I'm ripped, you know?" And my arms like sagging downwards. So, we'll figure it out. I'm really excited. I really want to have guests on. If you have requests for guests, please let me know. Anybody. I don't even have to know them, okay? Anyone. If you feel like they got something interesting to say, I'll find questions to ask them. Don't you worry. Um, I want to have Mary on. I want to have a lot of people on. So I'll figure it out. Um, and we'll get back into this. I think we can do it. I'll just gotta work together. I think everything will be just fine. And I'm going out of town this month, later this month. So I think I'm also gonna do like some little things here and there to like hopefully not have to worry about money, which is really stressing me out. But doing like little YCH commissions, which that means your character here. So doing like fun stuff like that that I'll be able to work on while I'm gone, I think will be really really good. So we'll get it figured out. It'll be fine. It'll be fun. Thank you for being the void that I scream at today. Um, thank you for listening. Uh, if you got any weird questions or like episode topics that you think would just be hilarious, ask me and I got you. I think it would also be fun to have like CJ, my brother, on and stuff. So we'll see. We'll get it all wrapped up. Thank you for being here today. And hopefully this is the start of weekly episodes again. I'm really doing my best. You know, ask me about it if you see me and you're like, "Hey, did you do an episode this week?" I'll be like, "Nope." And you'll be like, "All right, well, maybe." So, anyways, okay. Thanks for being here. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next week. I'll try and have somebody lined up as a guest next week, but it'll be a surprise because I don't even know who it is yet. So, okay. Bye. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Enjoy the steamer. Check out the other episodes on Spotify, Apple Music, or Apple Podcasts or whatever, and literally most other places, YouTube and stuff. So, yep. Okay. Bye.